Plaintiff James Burt and his wife Renata say he and his late wife adopted 3 of the defendants when they were young. James tried to do the best he could because they came from a home filled with drug abuse. But he claims all of his kids had anger issues. He's suing them today for stolen property. Defendants Tyler Burt, Skylar Burt, Skylar's fiancé Thomas Webb, and Andrew Burt say they started having problems with their father after their mother passed away, and he started dating Renata. And Renata recently filed a restraining order against Skylar. They deny stealing anything from the plaintiff.
Start with you.
Tyler, Skylar, and Andrew are my children. And when I adopted them several years ago, my first wife and I, they came from troubled homes. They had drug abuse and alcohol abuse. And I have tried to do everything I can as their father, take care of all their needs. They've had lots of problems. Andrew especially, right from the very beginning, he had a lot of troubles. And so
What age was that?
When he was 5 years old. We adopted him when he was 15 months old, but by the time he was 5, we had him in several residential care type atmosphere until he became an adult, and then he was on his own.
Did he go for counseling?
He was in several homes from the time he was 5.
And they gave him counseling?
I'm sure they did, yes, at all of them.
Okay.
Yes.
What else you want me to know?
Tyler and Skylar, they both dropped out of high school.
Pardon?
They both dropped out of high school when they were in their junior year.
Why?
Just didn't want to do it anymore. Didn't think it was important. It's
and
very
what type
important.
of discussion did you have with them about that?
Tried to talk them out of it. It didn't do any good.
Let me hear from you guys.
Ever since our mom died, our relationship has been bad with our father.
How old were you?
I believe I was 23 when our mom died.
Now, did you finish high school?
No, sir, I got my GED.
Okay.
I passed my GED course. I honestly think, Your Honor, that when the trouble started is when my dad started dating Renata. When he married her, I think is when she did her best to take control of the family. Because
How old were you?
I believe I was 23, 24.
Okay. And young man, what do you want to tell me?
My name is Thomas Webb. I'm just Skylar's fiance. And ever since, I've only been with her for almost about a year. And we've had problems in the past with them.
Like what?
With her family, with her father and her stepmom.
Like what?
Her stepmom got a restraining order on her for false accusations. And I had to go pick her up because he wanted his wife to come visit, and so she had to climb on a roof and jump off the roof just so I can pick her up so she wouldn't get in trouble.
Let me hear from you, sir. What, you have any fantastic story like that?
Kinda.
Kinda. Go right ahead.
I was going to school, and well, I didn't like school very much. I'm not gonna lie to you. And,
Why not?
I just felt like I couldn't really do the stuff that the school has, offered me.
And just so folks know, that's one of the #1 reasons kids drop out, because they're not succeeding. So you have to help the young people succeed in whatever way you can, because that's one of the #1 reasons. Who wants to sit in an environment that they're not succeeding in?
Right.
See, if I'm not succeeding, I'm not going to sit here and not succeed in front of everybody. I'd rather not go to school.
Right.
So, understandable. Even though that may have been the wrong decision, it's understandable why kids drop out in many instances. What else you want me to know?
Whenever my stepmother Renata came into the picture, I think it would be like a year after she came into the picture or something, I was still going to school. I didn't drop out. I got shipped to Utah. Didn't even know what was going on or anything, because my stepmom wanted me out of the house and all that stuff, because she wanted my dad.
You didn't talk to your dad about it?
No, he didn't. It just happened. 2 guys came and picked me up and shipped me off to Utah, and I didn't even know what was going on.
For a boys' home or something?
Yeah.
All right, and you never spoke to your dad about it? You haven't spoken to him about it since?
No.
You want to ask him about it?
Well, I visited him when he was there. It was a boarding school.
Well, so you did speak to him.
Yeah, my bad.
My
Yeah, I
bad. That was a very basic question, young
Right.
man. Now you've hurt your credibility.
Right.
And I know people use the excuses, kids, about the stepmom. That's an old one. So you haven't convinced me about that. And so you had them come and get him. Why?
He was causing problems.
What kind of problem?
Temper
Violent
tantrums,
behavior.
violent behavior, very violent.
Against who? Give me an
Disrespectful.
example.
Pardon?
Give me an example.
Putting his fist through our sheetrock walls quite often.
At what age?
He was probably, this would happened 3.5 years ago, and
How
he's
old was he?
19 now, so he was about 16 and a half.
Did you take him for counseling?
Yes. We've tried family counseling.
At 16, when he was throwing his arms through the wall, you all went to counseling with him.
When we first started counseling, they would yell and
He
throw
went, right?
fits. Yes.
Okay.
Skylar and Tyler went, and Jim and I went.
Let's get to the stolen property, sir.
Okay. About a month and a half ago, I hired a friend of mine to put in heating and air conditioning in my house. He pulled out the old units that worked perfectly fine. I contacted Tyler. I had him get on my tractor and haul the 2 units over to the trailer where they live. And I told him and Skylar and Thomas that I was going to have my contractor install the heating and air when he got done with mine. By the time he got done with mine, I went over there one day and they had already scrapped it out, the unit, and had got maybe $50 for it. I saw Andrew on the front porch disassembling the last piece of metal. I asked him what that was, and he said, that's an air conditioner unit. I said, who told you to do that? And he told me, I decided to do it.
Which one told you? Which?
It was Andrew.
Andrew, you want to tell me about this?
Yes, sir, Your Honor. I don't know any much about it. All I know is...
This is the first time you heard this?
Yes, Your Honor.
Today is the first time you've heard that his air
Other than
conditioner...
from the people that we've been discussing with it over the phone. I have not heard of any...
Who have you been discussing it with over the phone?
The folks that called us about the case.
About the lawsuit about your dad suing you? That's the first time you ever
Yes,
heard
Your
that
Honor.
your dad had a problem or suspected you had taken his
Yes.
air conditioner?
I didn't even know there was one there, Your Honor.
Right. Sir,
That is a big lie. He was
you say
sitting-
you caught him sitting right there.
I caught him.
All right, and he says he didn't know it was one there. Did you all know that there was an air conditioner there?
Your Honor, I was at work. I used to work 2
All right,
jobs.
then you don't
I was at
know.
work.
Sir, do you know whether one was taken over there?
No, I mean, there was one taken over
So
there.
the answer is yes. You
Yeah.
just said no.
Yeah.
By you, right?
Yeah,
You took
it
over
was
the
taken-
Judgment for the plaintiff, $1,000. You lied, and I don't believe you either. I believe that your father saw you doing it. You act like the first time you heard about it ever was when the people called you regarding the lawsuit. Hey, your daddy is suing you. What? What air conditioning unit? Never heard of it. And now he flips right back. You know about it? No. Well, all I do know is yes. Have a good day. Judgment for the plaintiff, $1,000.
I'm really sad that I try and do favors for them all the time, and they lie like that. That is so disgusting that they would do that to their own dad.
What's
Very
disgusting is you'd
disgusting.
send them to Utah, both of them when they're 16.
And we're not
then
talking
marry
about the
same
Utah thing,
Well, I'm
Thomas.
talking about all of it because
Okay, you can
when they were
talk about all
16,
of
you
it.
married someone right after your wife died 6 months later. Talk about love. I mean,
I think it's sick because you're so weak you let a woman run your life.
Okay.
and you let her beat your kids and accuse your daughter even though she took 5 lie detector tests and passed them all and you still don't believe her. So